me tell you how this setup is made, this rock landscape is made. So I have a flat piece of stone on the bottom, and that is my foundation. On top of that, on this corner, I have a small stone which has been fixed there with an epoxy compound called M-Seal. It is normally used by plumbers to seal leakages on pipes. So I made a small strip of that and prepared a border like this on the entire edge of that slab. And at the back, this one single large piece of stone was pressed onto that, so it is kind of stuck to the foundation. And these rocks are also stuck to each other and onto the foundation. And I had a small bit of hollowness here. Once the setup was created, this gap was filled with soil and the tree planted into that. And if you look slightly up here, so this is another piece of stone. Now this was not simply stuck on top, I left a little bit of gap there. So by putting one or two stones there, I've created a gap. The purpose was to, in future, if I want to create or place some plants there, that is possible. So need not be the same species, some other species. I initially thought I'll have ficus itself, so the roots will flow down like this into this land or into the soil and then flow down into the water like a waterfall, a root waterfall. But then these ficus roots are very dangerous and very aggressive, so they can break apart even this gap which I have stuck together. So I don't want to put a ficus in that gap, although the roots would look nice. So it has to be some weed or some grass or some other plant which is not going to damage this setup. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 stones and epoxy compound has helped me create this penjing. It's called penjing or a rock landscape. I need to correct some defects on this, mainly starting with this huge root. This root is as thick as the trunk. Though this trunk was rooted in water with having radial roots, some of the roots were, when they were placed into this corner, the roots on the back were pruned and some of them were allowed to wind down this way. Coming back to this root, this has to be pruned at some time. I don't want to continue with this. So this has lifted this entire compound boundary wall and more roots are sprouting from below. When this was set up, there were no roots flowing out like this because the epoxy was the border. Some roots emerged from top and that was the whole plan, that they will come out from the top and not break this barrier. And this is kind of a bit of a mess now. But a huge root mass is attached to this thing that is flowing out. So if I cut it off, it might adversely affect the health of the plant or at least slow it down. So what I intend to do is, there are new roots sprouting from the sides, again from beneath. They will also thicken up and lift this whole thing. And I will allow these side roots again to firm up or grow thicker and then get rid of this. So I'll give it some time, maybe another month or two, and then cut it off here completely. Maybe. The second defect which I want to correct is, though I've got a V-junction now, I pinched or cut off the tip too far away from the main trunk. So I will get a V-junction here and here. I don't want that to be so far away. So I might have to cut it closer over here at this level for both the branches. So I want the V-junction to start at this. So this much is going to go now. So let's see how that looks when I do it. I will start with leaving some extra gap and not do it in one single chop. I can always reduce the length slowly. So I recommend that you also do this. You might think you know the level at which it has to go, but you can decrease the length progressively instead of one drastic step. In case you want to undo it, it's not going to be possible, it's not digital. So do it progressively. You reduce a small section and then see if it looks nice, or you want to cut more. You have that option. Now I don't want both of them to have the same length. I would want one to be shorter, and I think this should be fine. So I think I'm okay with this. I can reduce this a little bit more. So maybe this top can go. So there you have it. It's not as beautiful as it was before, and I hate this pruning job because I took so much pain to grow this to a nice healthy plant, and to chop it down breaks my heart. But I know it has to be done, so there's nothing I can do about it. So now I have 3 branches on this. The lowest branch is here, and this and this. Now the stuff that is in between, this was the original branch which has been pruned off. It hasn't gone completely, so again new stuff will sprout from here. So I just want to make sure I give a clean cut and take this off completely. So this part has to go, this whole thing. It should be like this, just 2 branches. So that's how it looks after taking it off. It's a bit of a drastic operation on this, and I feel bad. And this tiny branch over there, that I hope it survives, but there is a small possibility that that branch can die. So at least this basic structure is in place. So when you're developing bonsai, you will have to do some pruning from time to time. And if you're new to this, you might delay this or not do this at all, because you don't want to lose that green foliage which you have developed. But if you want a good structure to be developed, that kind of operation is required. You have to let this grow and let the branch thicken up and then cut it. So new branches will, again I will create a V junction here. So one going from here and another from there. I will allow them to grow really tall and strong and thick, and then cut it back to 1 or 2 nodes. So it's like 2 steps forward, 1 step backward. That's how this game is played, to best of my understanding. One of the reasons why I cut this so close very confidently is because I already experimented this on my deadwood bonsai. So these have been brutally chopped back, and I've got fresh branches coming out. And again, if you remember, I didn't do this together because I was doubtful. So I first cut this, and hence this is slightly longer. As soon as I saw the new branch budding out there, I knew I can cut the next one also. So with other species also, you might want to try the experiment first, see how the plant responds, and then only do brutal chopping. Now all these cuttings can be rooted. I have absolutely no doubt about it. I take a small bottle cap, fill it with water, and put these tiny nodes into that, and within 2 weeks I normally get roots. But now it's kind of cold here, the weather is cold, so it might take maybe up to 3 weeks, but definitely in 3 weeks I should have all of these rooted.